Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. My name is Lara and we're here at Bite Me Burger in the IFC. Now joining me this morning is none other than Gloria Halim, the lady behind Rock On Divas. Hello and a very, very warm welcome and a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure to have you with us on this day.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you.
Gloria, tell us a little bit more about Rock On Divas.
Well, Rock On Divas was born about 8 years ago, having gone through my journey, my health journey. So a little over 12 years ago, I used to be an IT consultant in the finance sector in London, and then I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So coming out, I had to, everything shut down, as you can imagine, and I had to take time out to focus on treatment of numerous surgeries, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and after that 5 years of a drug called tamoxifen, because the type of cancer that I had was estrogen positive, so it was hormone receptive. So everything, my hormones had to be shut down for 5 years to make sure that it didn't come back. So coming out of that with the numerous side effects of the drugs and everything that was pumped into me, all the chemicals, the side effects were horrendous, from fatigue to gut health issues to not sleeping well. There were so many. So I wanted to find ways to actually heal myself without the additional having any more chemicals being pumped into my system. So I went on this journey of research and self-discovery, and found this holistic wellness world that I never knew existed. It's all about going back to nature, what God blessed us with, the food, starting with food. So I started with, juicing, greens, cruciferous vegetables. And when I started to do that, I realized that I started getting my energy levels back, and I started to sleep better. My skin was getting better. So it made me feel well within myself, and that encouraged me to actually do a lot more research into foods and our diet, what our diet does to us, right? So I found that in order to start to heal yourself, heal your body, you have to start with changing your diet. And that led me, I wrote, I put together a manuscript for myself, which was included, the health benefits of certain foods, superfood, spices, herbs, and oils, and some recipes as well. And later on, that turned into a book. I didn't plan to write a book, but for me, I say, I'm very spiritual. It's like the Holy Spirit said to me, this is a book, I have to share it with everyone. And I thought, okay, if I find a publisher, then it's meant to be a book. And I found, a publisher, small family publishing house, in the most convoluted way. So that's another story I won't go into, but it ended up being a book called Healing Foods, Healthy Foods. So when the book got published, it did so well. Whole Foods, the main Whole Foods in the UK, took it on. I started to do book signings and juice demos and talking about my story and promoting the book. And it did so well that I was doing it for a year. And I started speaking at other conferences, and I realized a lot of people are hungry for information. A lot of people have issues going on with them. They want to heal. They don't want to necessarily have to go the conventional route, or perhaps they've gone the conventional route and they haven't gotten any answers from there. So it's a whole different, everyone has a different story. And speaking about my journey, I realized was helping people through their own issues that they were going through, and giving them that information that there is an alternative, right? It's not just an alternative on its own, but it can complement conventional methods as well. So going on from that, I had to call time out. I went and trained. While I was doing the book signings and everything, I was still, going on courses and on nutrition and everything to find out more. And then I, had to take some time out because I signed up to a year-long program in New York at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New York to train to become a holistic health coach, which is what I do right now. I'm a holistic health practitioner, so I'm certified. And when I finished that, I started working with individuals, teaching them, coaching them on how to improve their health. I started up the speaking engagements again and working one-on-one with individuals. And that is when Rock on Divas, I created Rock on Divas, because what I started with was, even though I was working with men, women, kids, I felt the need to work with women who had been through the same journey that I had been through and had come out of it, but were looking for ways to do what I had done. Because it's difficult, because when you've gone through treatment, people think that's the hardest part of going through cancer, but that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is once you finish your treatments and the doctors say to you, we're done with treatment, see you in a month for checkup, and another month, and because it feels like you've been in this bubble of, you know where you're going, you know what you have to do. It's like a second job or a job on its own. You know what you're doing, you know what appointments you have to go to, you know where you have to get to do, your blood test, everything was, laid out for you. This is your treatment plan, this is your protocol, right? And then once that's over and done with, you're like, so what do I do now? And this is, because I went through that journey, and it can be so difficult for a lot of people, not just women who have gone through cancer, but a lot of individuals as a whole that have to go through that journey. So I decided that having gone through the journey myself and come out the other side, and I've trained, to be a holistic health practitioner. I know what to do food-wise, wellness-wise, get all these modalities in. I started yoga, I started meditation that have grounded me. So there's different tools that I have. Why don't I help other women through this journey? And what I started to do was, working with spas to create wellness days, spa days and retreats, where I'll run a couple of workshops, give them the information I have, and they'll get pampered at the same time. So I work with a lot of spas in London to do that and create that. And the other thing that, being diagnosed, going through a cancer treatment would do is it has an impact not just physically and emotionally, but mentally and physically and financially as well. I'm sure. So a lot of women that wanted to come on the spa days and retreat, or and needed it, sometimes they didn't have the means to pay for it because the spas were not giving them away for free. I was able to negotiate with them, but also for the women that weren't able to afford it, I got people to sponsor,
which is amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing. And so that's how the idea of Rock on Divas came about, because I wanted to create something that would empower women and encourage a lot of women that, you've been through this, now it's time to rock out your life. Now it's time to live. Now it's time to, you've been given this chance to actually, grow and, restore yourself and, live life again, but on different terms in a different way, right? So, and I thought, the name, it's time to rock out your inner diva. Let's go with it.
I love the name.
And
I love what it stands for.
Thank you.
And I love what you've been able to achieve and what you're doing for so many women out there. Yeah. So Gloria Halim, for all the viewers, the female viewers, as well as the male viewers that are watching us at the moment, for them, for the people that are interested in reaching out to you, how does one go about finding you?
Well, they can reach out to me by getting on my website, rockondivas.com, and you can get my information there. I'm also on Instagram and all the social media outlets. So on Instagram, I'm on there as Gloria Halim, as myself, so they can reach out to me on there, as well as on Facebook as well. So I'm on LinkedIn. So they can reach out to me on those outlets. I run a lot of workshops and training, and with what's going on now, I focus a lot more on with talks on inflammation, which is what's going on with the COVID situation right now.
Yeah.
So I'm running a lot of webinars talking about how to keep yourself healthy without having to wait for the vaccine to come out, because let's be real, there will always be something else out there that comes. It will mutate as well. So whatever vaccine comes out, might not always work. You might need another vaccine. So the core of this is, let's look at getting our immune system healthy to fight for us, because that's what it's there for. It's a built-in automatic system that works for us and heals us and keeps us healthy. So let's focus on our immune system that way. So with what I do, I run corporate wellness workshops, and I work with women on women's health as well, on balancing hormones, because a lot of issues that women have stem from a hormone imbalance.
That's so true.
I work with women, and that's my passion, because the type of cancer I had was hormone-led. So that's what got me into looking at hormones, how they work, and how we function with it and what it does to us. So when women get the raw deal, unfortunately, but although men do still have hormone issues going on, but women get the raw deal.
Yeah.
So it's helping them navigate through balancing the hormones and living their best lives, because it's not normal that we live the way we live, stressed out and feeling aches and pains here and there, and popping pills and being on autopilot, because we're superwomen, yeah, but we're still human at the end of the day. So we need to have that place, that safe space, in order to understand how our body functions and what to do when it's out of balance. So that's what I help a lot of women with as well, and that's my passion. We're queens, so why not?
I love it.
Yeah.
And I can even see the sparkle in your eyes when you say that.
Yeah.
It's truly your passion. It's very, very obvious.
Yeah.
And we're grateful to you for helping so many women out there. Now, moving on to IWES, which is the International Women's Entrepreneur Society.
Yeah.
How did you come across this amazing platform?
I was trying to think how I came across it last year, and I think Cadella invited me. She found me and invited me to speak at the conference. I was on a panel there. It was such a good panel of, I think we were 5 people on the panel, and I think it was such a good experience, and meeting with other people out there and meeting a lot of women. It was mixed, but I met some men as well, and it's such a good platform for connecting, on whether it's on business or personal levels. And some of the people that I met there last year have become friends, and we stay connected a lot of the time. And it's a very, very good platform, and I think a lot of people need to get connected and get involved with what they're doing. And even for this platform, having these interviews, it's a really good space to actually connect with a lot of people. And I love what Cadella and her team are doing, and I just found out today my birthday date, so that's total,
You and Cardella are born on the same day.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, we're born on the same day, so that's connection right there.
That is, I completely agree. Now, Gloria, for all the females that are watching us right now, not only females and males, what advice, what tips do you have for them on wanting to set up their own business, or if they already have an established business, what advice do you have for them?
In the times we're living in, I would say try to stay calm, connect with yourself, and at this point in time, I feel that this whole experience we're going through right now is here to teach us something, right? And I feel what is here to teach us is that we've been going on autopilot for so long. We need to slow it down. We need to check in with ourselves. We need to reassess the way we're doing things. We need to reassess the way we connect with people and get in touch with that, that person within, and do things differently in a more calmer way. And it's a time for us as individuals, for entrepreneurs, for everybody to heal. Because we need to take a step back to check in with ourselves, because we're not built to function in the way we're functioning. And the advice I would give to everybody is that what my dad always says to me, every situation is temporary. It will come and it will pass, and we'll come out stronger. So keep doing you. And if you're passionate, because the passion will come through, right? If you're passionate about what you do, to bless other people with whatever it is you're doing, please keep doing it and stay connected with them. We always say, connect with your why. Why did you start the business in the first place, right? What is it you want to do to serve other people? So that service and that why, that passion is what we need to stay connected with in order to try and get through the situation we're in right now. And we'll all come out fighting and strong.
I completely agree with you on that. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Gloria Halim, it's been a true pleasure talking to you.
Such a pleasure.
We want to thank you for spending some time with us on this show, and we want to wish you continued growth and success with Rock On Divas.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for from Gloria Halim. My name is Lara, signing off. Until next time.